Hey, welcome to my Pisces Priestess channel, everybody. Welcome to October. It is October. And for this month, I definitely wanted to, holy crap, the wind is blowing strong out there. I'm looking out the window, but yeah. I wanted to do an intro video this month, guys, because it's a really intense month. October is just, this is just a very, very transformative time of year. And I thought it would be easiest just to kind of speak to everybody. So hello, everybody, all the signs. How are you guys doing? So yeah, I got some notes here about October, and also we're gonna do. I moved. I didn't mention that yet, but I have moved. Lots have been changing for me. Very intense energies. So I want to apologize for getting these videos out late. I'm not really sure when I'll get them uploaded because I don't have any Wi-Fi still. But I have a very peaceful environment and nice environment to record in, and that helps me. It helps my intuition and my spirituality a lot. So yeah, there's a lot of intense energies in the beginning of October for me. We had that full moon a couple of days ago on the 5th, and I'm not really sure when these will get uploaded, but that's why the videos are so late, because I am very sensitive to stuff like that. It's just been, October it's almost like I woke up in a new life, just to be honest. But I still love tarot and I still love astrology, so this is what I want to do. I'm getting my office all set up. This is my little spiritual room. I have my zodiac wheel over here, but it's a mess. I guess I can show you guys, but I'm going to be doing some recording by that. So we definitely have all of the zodiac energy present with us right now, and I've got all my little things, so that just makes me more comfortable. And yeah, guys, so we're going to do it a little bit different this month. That's why I'm just going to record an intro video so that everybody can see, because sometimes I say certain things for certain signs and then I forget to say it for other ones. So yeah, we're going to record an intro video. I've never done it like that. And we have a different kind of reading coming for October as well, guys. So first, let's just go over a little bit of, and I will mention this in certain videos, but October. Okay, October 2017, I've written down some of the major aspects I think that are happening. And we have that Aries full moon on October 5th. That was a very powerful moon. It was a couple days ago. I live in Michigan, so it was very cloudy here and I couldn't see the full moon. Some of my friends who were in other parts of Michigan, they saw it and the pictures were amazing. I had a Sagittarius hit me up and say that the moon was so big in the morning. Not even surprised, because Aries is our first zodiac sign. They're the first house of self. So I, as an astrologer and as someone who's spiritual, have been waiting for this Aries moon for so long. We only get an Aries full moon once every Libra season, so once every year. Very, very powerful. Anytime anything travels through Aries, Pisces is the sign right before Aries, kind of, because we're the 12th house, so we're last, and then Aries is first. So Aries and Pisces kind of chill together on the zodiac wheel, and we have a special bond as last and first. It's kind of a completion that happens. So when things pass through Pisces and they complete, and they pass through Aries, it's brand new, okay? And the moon travels around the zodiac wheel all the time, but it was full in Aries now. So full moons mean completions and new beginnings, and Aries means completions and new beginnings. So this moon was so powerful, and it definitely has set some energies in place of transformation. It's just amazing. So we did have that, of course, on the 5th for Aries, and we all have Aries in our chart somewhere. Oh, also on the 5th, we had Venus and Mars couple in the sky together, which is the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And I hadn't always known about that, but as an astrologer, a very, very novice astrologer right now, but every day I'm, following the planets and checking birth charts, things like that. And I'm learning more and more about these planets and what they mean to us, as humans on this earth. So Venus and Mars, masculine, they're the divine lovers, the cosmic soulmates, and they were coupled together. They only do that every 2 years, and every 32 years they repeat exactly. So 32 years ago, I think it was it was the same day. It was October 6th, 1985, I want to say. Venus and Mars were coupled together, and they were coupled together in Virgo. So very, very beautiful energy for October 5th. A lot of completions and new beginnings. On the 19th, we have a Libra new moon. Okay, so it's gonna be different for all of us, but new moons are when the moon is invisible in the sky. So this is, some hidden secrets coming out, and it depends on where Libra is in your own chart. but we do have that new moon. I hear that it's going to be, kind of bizarre a little bit, but it should be okay. Just something to look out for on the 19th. This is when the sun and the moon are in the sky together. That's why we can't see it, because the sun and the moon are in the same, they're going to both be in Libra. And then we have Jupiter moving into Scorpio on the 10th. Okay, I'm excited about this. Jupiter is my traditional ruler. Jupiter is the ruler of Sagittarius. So, as a Sag or a Pisces, and actually everyone, you really want to look out for this, because Jupiter moving signs is something that is it's like a hot topic in astrology right now. And that's happening on the 10th. It's going into Scorpio. Like, whoa, everyone, this is the planet of higher philosophy, higher thinking. It rules the ninth house. So your beliefs and things like that. So we want to be focusing on these things around the 10th. This is so awesome, guys, for Jupiter to be moving into Scorpio. And then on the 14th, we have Venus entering Libra, which is so cool because Venus rules Libra. Libra rules our relationships. It's the seventh house of partnerships and, not just romantic, but friendships and all of that. So Venus is going to come there, the goddess of love. And she's very, very at home with the scales of justice, Libra. So definitely something to look forward to on the 14th. And then we have Mercury moving into Scorpio on the 17th. I definitely want to take note of that. It all depends on where Scorpio is. On the zodiac wheel, we all can tell where the houses are, but we also have our own birth charts. I'm not sure if many of you who watch my videos also have your own birth charts. So for me, as an example, I have a midheaven Scorpio and my north node is Scorpio. So Mercury moving into that is, Scorpio is my sister sign. Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, they're all water signs. So yeah, definitely really, important for all of us. You'd have to know your own birth chart, but these are the energies going on in the universe. Definitely some shifts going on, guys. And then, of course, the sun enters Scorpio on the 23rd. We're going to have Scorpio season, which I feel like is so awesome because, Halloween falls into Scorpio. I mean, it's in Scorpio season every year. And Scorpio's, mysterious and more so about the hidden emotions that we have and kind of the intimate secrets. And Halloween is mysterious like that too. So yeah, speaking of Halloween, on the 31st, we have Halloween. So those are the notes that I wrote down for October. I wanted to make sure everyone heard those, so I wanted to do this as an intro video. This whole video will be in the beginning of all the other videos, and I didn't want to make it over 10 minutes. So it looks like we have, some time to talk about the actual reading that we're going to do this month, okay? I'm going to be a little bit different, guys, and I'm going to be trying some new camera angles out, so let me know, now that I have this new apartment and everything like that. The lighting is different. There's just certain energies, I'm trying to feel it out. So this is my first, as November and December and all that and the new year, I'll probably gradually find my way and where I want to record at and stuff like that. But, I'm just going to mess around with it for October and see what's going on. But I am going to be using the Wisdom of the House of Night. This is my, kind of most mysterious deck. And I find that tarot readers are kind of diving into the kind of darker, mysterious reading. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to use my Wisdom of the House of Night. And then, so we're going to do that for the main reading. And then we're going to pull some clarifiers with regular, this is the Page of Cups if you're curious. But yeah, we're going to just use my regular tarot. I miss my regular tarot. I actually, during the move, I was without them for about a week. And man, that was weird, guys. I'm really happy to have all my cards back and everything like that. So the reading, a lot of you may be familiar with Celtic cross reading. I have a reading that I kind of designed myself, and I promise you, it was when I first got my deck back in April. I kind of sat down and I just kind of designed my own reading, and little did I know this was actually a reading. Like, this is kind of something that makes me believe that I'm meant to read tarot, because I actually, it's very similar to the Celtic cross, but I just call it a cross-examination reading. So basically, I love these readings, you guys, because we have a core situation that Spirit is able to hone in on. So it's a 6-card reading. Oh, and I have my little angel shirt on, just in case you didn't know or see what that was, because it's Libra season, archangels and stuff. And I say that because I want to do this cross because I'm not religious at all, But, crosses are often related to angel protection and things like that. So I wanted to do this cross examination. It very much looks like a cross. It's a 6 card placement reading. So, and I'm going to explain this more as I do your reading. But the middle card is the core is situation, and Spirit can choose any situation to talk to you about. I will know the reading when I see that card. I'll know that this is the core situation Spirit wanted to choose. Then, like anything in astrology, there's a south node and a north node. So I place a card right underneath the core situation because that is where you're coming from. That is the south node of what you're letting go of, okay? And then we have the north node where you're going to, where you should aim for, where you're going. And then the two, this is what's different. The Celtic cross, I believe the two on the side have different meanings, but for me as a reader, I like to hold these placements for what Spirit has on your side because it's your foundation. That's what I kind of figured out yesterday that it kind of means for me is these 2 cards that make up the cross. It would be the foundation and what Spirit has on your side, what's protecting you, your protected foundation. And I'll explain more of that in the individual readings. And then the 6th card is overall guidance. And then of course we have the underlying energy, which is the bottom of the deck for you guys. But yeah, it's going to be a little bit different this month. I've never done cross-examination readings, and I'm going to try to do a different kind of, I'm recording on a laptop, so it's going to be kind of interesting to get it at an angle where you guys can see the placements. I think it's very important for you guys to be able to see where the cards lie, but I'm going to explain them and try to show them to the camera as best as I can. But all right, I'm really ready to get your guys' reading started. I had this whole day to record and kind of be creative and tap into Spirit. My intuition is recharged. I feel good. So I'm very ready. I hope you guys are ready too. This is your October reading. So let's get started with it, guys, and we'll see what comes up. Capricorn, how are you guys doing? Happy October, guys. This is your October reading. I have a Capricorn rising, so what's up for my spirit? And we got a lot of light coming in. I'm not sure if you can see it, but the sun is really high right now. So we got a lot of beautiful vitality starting off your reading. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. I'm ready to talk to you guys about what's going on in October. So Sagittarius, sorry guys, I just did the Sagittarius reading. But I was getting ready to talk about Sagittarius and their ruling planet moving, Jupiter moving into Scorpio. Okay, that's a big shift going on for all of us. But what I want to talk to you guys about is Pluto in your sign and how a lot of people don't understand that the ruler of hell and the ruler of the underworld is in Capricorn's sign. Like we all know, Cap, as my rising sign, I know that the devil card is Capricorn energy in the tarot deck. I've actually changed my view quite a lot on the devil card and the devil, the kind of scapegoat kind of feeling. I've really got in touch with dark and light energies, and I've seen it in such a more enlightened way now. But if anybody's comfortable with the underworld, it would be you, because Pluto rules Scorpio. Scorpio is the underworld. And we have Jupiter moving into Scorpio already on the 10th. And so the biggest planet in our solar system is in hell. Well, there is no hell, it's the underworld. So yeah, very interesting energies. And for you, I'm not really sure how you guys have been feeling or doing, but Pluto went direct a couple weeks ago in your sign. So that's interesting. We've had Pluto in Capricorn for a really long time, and I'm not really sure how the mountain goats are handling that. Probably in a very, very ambitious fucking way. And I like that about you guys. You guys get the job fucking done. You don't really sit and talk about feelings about it and stuff. That part of me, I have a lot of earth in me, and it gets me the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, I like that about earth. It's very grounded. It's not to say that we don't have emotions, but we don't fucking wait around and let them just kind of take us over like some, emotional individuals would. So I really like that about you, Capricorn. And then also, you really want to wait on it, baby, because Saturn, your ruling sign, is going to be going into Capricorn December 19th, I want to say. So we have, a lot of planets really moving forward and coming home. Jupiter is slowly making its way to Sagittarius next year, and then we have Saturn coming into Capricorn. Okay, and the sun is really shining, boo. So this reading, I'm ready to give it to you. So we're going to be using this Wisdom of the House of Night deck, if you can see it. The sun is really shining, so there may be a little bit of a glare, but I'm going to do my best to show you guys everything. So yeah, we have this Wisdom of the House of Night deck, and we're going to be doing a cross-examination reading. So I want to get a core situation for Capricorn. Ooh, one of them tried to jump out. We had a conclusion. Okay, we had a little bit of cards try to pop out, but they popped back in. So let's get a core situation for Capricorn, please, for the month of October. All right, Capricorn, we have rigid. Interesting. What sign was it? Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure Cancer got this for their middle card as well. So there's some kind of opposition going on here. You're coming from a place of beauty. Okay, that's the South Node, where you're coming from, what you could learn best from. And we're going to get you a North Node now, which is where you should aim towards. Your North Node, like we all follow our North Star, so we got to have a North Node of direction for this reading. We had a few come out. So we have the High Priestess of Earth, which is beautiful for those Capricorns. This is your priestess, the High Priestess of Earth. And then we have denial and message. So some of you may be denying that you are this beautiful goddess of earth, god and goddess of earth. Like, this is really Capricorn energy coming out, but you don't want to deny that, babe. And then we have a message about this. So there's a High Priestess of Earth message coming for you, and I think that's going to show up in your reading. But I want one card, Spirit. Strength. Okay, there's a lot of signs headed towards strength this month, and I really like to see it. We have this kind of strength card coming out. So what's on Capricorn's side? Because the next placements are right here, and it's symbolic for what's on your side this month. Because Spirit is going to protect both sides of you. That's why I like these readings. It's never going to leave a side vulnerable. Whoa. And I have 2 cards pop out and a bunch of other cards pop out. Capricorn, I'm just going to go with this, okay? Because I ain't got time to play with Spirit today. So we have cycles on your side, and we have deceit. So that's a very interesting energy. And then we're going to get you a card for overall guidance for October, and then the overall guidance for this reading. Interesting, Capricorn. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Overall guidance for Capricorn, month of October, cross-examination reading. All right, we had fulfillment and individuality. So, okay, I'm just going to go with it because, I have a Capricorn spirit. So, and at the bottom of the deck, we have complicated, another card that came up for Cancer. And I really feel like these cards are meant to come out together because it's like, what's on your side this month, Capricorn? What's your overall guidance is really, individual fulfillment. So fulfillment can mean a lot of things when it comes up, but Spirit made sure to say fulfillment of self, like self-fulfillment. So that's very heavy and strong for Capricorn this month. All right, the sun is really shining. I'm not sure if you guys can see everything, but I might want to get up and shut the blinds a little. I guess we can try that. I don't mean to shut the light out on you guys, but I just want you to be able to see. So let's see what happens if I just shut the blinds a little. That might be a little bit better. What do you think? Yeah, that helps. Okay. Not to shut the light out on y'all, though, because I want the light to come in, but, I also want you guys to understand these kind of readings here. Let me move this table a little. So your core situation, Spirit would like to talk to you about rigid. Now, this did come up for Cancer, and, it was a very interesting card to come up for their core situation. But Spirit wanted to talk to you, Capricorn, about this wall that you have up. This talks about being kind of protected in a way, kind of stone cold. And I know Capricorn, we can be that way, guys. We're very practical. We don't really like to show our emotions. We don't really like to cry or hug or be emotionally connected with certain people because it kind of throws off how grounded we are, right? So there is this kind of wall of rigid that is coming up. But I see a lot of light behind this wall as well. And in the Cancer reading, I talked a lot about it being protection, so this could be the wall that you have up against certain people. You might have built a wall towards certain energies. This is a lot about protection. And I see this little bird here kind of sitting on this wall. So, there's always an opportunity to kind of fly away from this kind of protected energy. But there may be a reason for Capricorn. If you guys built this wall up, then you probably motherfucking had to. You know what I mean? Like, you probably really, there's a good ass reason for it. And Spirit is telling me, that this is also that mountain. This is very mountain goat energy. It can't be exactly how it was for Cancer, right? Because Cancer is rigid in a different way. You're Capricorn, you're rigid and unsure in a different way. So this does talk a little bit about being on the fence about something, like it's either this half of the wall or this half of the wall. This is about walls that you've had to climb over. So you see what I mean by the mountain goat energy? Capricorn is the mountain goat. There isn't a mountain that you can't climb. You guys climb spiritual mountains all the time. You're the sea goat. So you also climb emotional mountains too. Or you climb these physical mountains, these mental mountains in an emotional way. But that's a very small portion of Capricorn, the sea goat. But you're more so the mountain goat, half man, whatever you want to say. But this is about the mountains that you've kind of climbed over. I kind of see you guys just kind of waiting at the top of this mountain right now, and just kind of chilling like this bird, right? Like you're this kind of black crow, and you're just kind of chilling on both sides of the spectrum. You see this side of it, you see this side of it, right? And you do have Pluto in your sign, like we were talking about. So this could have something to do with that kind of Plutonian energy, because Pluto, it kind of gets to the basement of yourself. It's not literally like your living room or your bedroom where you go a lot. Pluto, it comes from the basement of your personality. So there's certain things in our basements that we just don't want people to see. It ain't been cleaned out in a while. That's where we put all our junk and shit that we don't want no one to see. So there's something there with that kind of energy as well. And you really want to be careful about the kind of rocks and edges, stones that are cast this month in October. Because if you're not careful, you could find yourself on a really rigid position. And that's kind of anxiety. It's kind of like on the guard. It's being defensive a lot. That's what I see this rigid card as. And I really want to get my little book and kind of look more into what rigid means, because I have my own interpretation of it. But, it might have a different, something else might be being said. And what I'm seeing right now, Capricorn, in this card is kind of a block of light happening too. So for some of you, Spirit is really reaching out through me right now, saying, because how I close the blinds. So there's something with your energy. I'm even changing. As I'm reading your energy, I'm like, I changed. When I start recording these recordings, whatever sign I'm talking to, I'm a Pisces, so I kind of just mutate and swim into what their energy is this month. So there is something here with blocking out the light. It's so weird that the light started to shine really heavy at the end of Sagittarius's video, and then I start recording for you, and it's just so piercing that I felt the need, like my Capricorn rising just kind of got up and shut the blinds. So there's something here with being careful not to let certain rigid parts of you block out the light, because this is a great time. October is a really great time to transform. We have a lot of energies changing right now. We have Jupiter in Scorpio. We have the sun moving into Scorpio. It is Libra season right now. So Libra is a cardinal energy. You guys are both archangels. Capricorn, you're the first archangel there ever was. You're like one of the most beautiful archangels that there was, the most strongest. And Libra is also an archangel. So there could be some kind of defense mechanisms going on here in the Libra season, just because you're a cardinal sign. I believe Aries, Cancer, and Aries, Cancer, and Capricorn all kind of, their energy just kind of gets more defensive around Libra season, because Libra comes in and it kind of ignites all the cardinal signs. And Libra is all about love and communication and balance. So Capricorn, I'm not sure how balanced people we are. I'm not sure, we're just grounded. We just kind of go after what we want ambitiously. And to some people that might not be considered balanced. So, those might be the people that are kind of making us grit our teeth, or certain things we're being shown this month. There's this stone wall here. And I'm gonna go ahead and move on from that because I have faith that the cards will further explain themselves, right? Because there could be something here with individual fulfillment, which is why you might have built this wall up and you're on the side of light. You know, there's this bird. He's like in the middle of light and dark. And he's on this very stone cold kind of, wall that he's built up. But I see, Capricorn, that is your core situation this month in October. But this is where you're coming from. This is where what you could learn from the most. And we have beauty. This is a very beautiful rose, okay? This is an enlightened rose of growth. And you are an earth sign. So this talks about, you growing in light. And I see a lot of that in your reading so far, that the light is really going to allow you to grow. Earth actually needs solar power to grow. Like plants, they need sunlight. So don't be in that dark, rigid spot for too long, Capricorn, because you're an earth sign and you need sunshine. If you live in Michigan like me, the sun is getting weaker. It's not very sunshiny anymore. It's not, I know the sun was kind of shining through the window, but as far as like right now when I'm looking out at the sky, it's just kind of, gloomy. It's getting kind of fall outside. It's October. So, the sun isn't blue skies how it was in the summertime. It's definitely fall. And I feel like earth signs, really they like to enjoy earth. Like I know a Capricorn, he told me that he likes to look at what the weather is going to be every day. Every day they want to see what weather, and I know all earth signs do that, except for Taurus. I'm not really sure if Taurus does that, but Virgo and Capricorn, they'll look at the weather just so they know like what they're dealing with, right? Very earth sign kind of thing. So here's this earth again, this beautiful rose, and it looks like the Beauty and the Beast rose to me, but it's very beautiful. So you're coming from a place of beauty. And this is kind of your roots, Capricorn. So it's like your roots are very beautiful. And you're growing you're growing into a more beautiful person, Capricorn. And I understand kind of more why this rigid is coming up in the middle. Because you could have been, Capricorn, they can be a little rigid. I wasn't even surprised when this card came out, because it is your guys' energy. Just you want to be more rigid. You guys like to be rigid just so for certain people don't fuck with you. Right? Like you're not the kind of people that are going to pretend to be, I know Capricorn, the shadow side of you, people say it could be kind of manipulative or, controlling or things like that. But for the most part, you want to be the most ambitious that you can be. Sometimes that means pulling a few strings, you know what I mean? Like if you're in a workplace, you kind of know the ropes. And I think that's where people may confuse manipulation with cleverness. Like, I don't know here. There's just a lot of different energies. This is very Capricornian. But I see this kind of rigid wall turning more into this flower of beauty. And you're kind of growing and learning from the beautiful things in life right now. To Capricorn, that could very much be your finances. It could very much be things, like people, place, and things. I know Capricorns, they always want the best of the best, right? They want the most beautiful things because, come on now, like you're beautiful and you're kind of the best of the best. So you definitely want something that reflects who you are as a person. People may say that Capricorn is kind of materialistic, but I just kind of see it is that you guys have a lot of confidence. You're very ambitious. You can't be a mountain goat and not really have confidence, because it takes confidence to get over that very mountain. So, you may be coming from a place of beauty, like you want more beautiful things, clothes or cars or phones or watches, or you just want to kind of stay fresh. You might be being more beautiful right now. And I love that beauty is down here, because it's like this rigid energy needed this beauty. So you're coming from a place of beauty. And it may have to do with your home as well, because I see 40 up here, and 4 plus 0 is 4 in the 4th house. And Cancer, it's pretty in your reading, because Cancer got rigid as well, and they got complicated as well. So, there is a lot here with the 4th house of emotional stability. You guys might want your houses to look a little bit more beautiful right now, or you may be coming from a place of emotional beauty. But whatever it is, it's growing strongly. So much so that it started out as that little flower, and you're going towards a place of even greater strength of earth. You see this very earth tree? I love that this is coming up for earth signs. And then you had the high priestess of earth come out as well. So there's a message here from her. And this is about fall too. You know, there's a lot of fall leaves here. And what I noticed in the Sagittarius reading is that there's an owl in this picture, if you can see him. There's an owl there, and that stands for wisdom. And he looks like he's white. So there's a lot of purity and wisdom. Capricorn is definitely headed towards a place of wise strength. And it's very interesting that this card came up for the same placement as Sagittarius. There could be something there if you guys are with a Sagittarius, or you guys' energy is kind of intertwining. But I'll tell you the same thing I told them, is that this is coming from a really grounded position. This tree is rather old, you know, and that's, oh, wow. So you know how they say old souls are kind of wise. So I believe whoever designed this tarot deck was really trying to hint at something there, that there's wise souls, because this owl is just kind of sneaking out of the corner of this very old tree. Capricorn, you're a very old soul. They say Capricorns are old souls. I know that because of my rising. I'm an old soul, very beyond my years and with wisdom. So there's something here about being strong with your wisdom. You know, I don't care how old you are. If you're a Capricorn, you know, you're a legend. You're a god and you're a goddess, because you're the 10th house in astrology. So you're all about your career, all about your legacy. So very interesting. And you definitely want to be strong in a grounded way this month in October, because there may be some things, you know, there could be some things rigid that are trying to hold you back, keep the light from you. But I see this happening in fall with these fall leaves here, that you're going to be very transformative. You're going to transform in a very strong way this month that makes you even more wise, makes you even more grounded, right? A lot of earth here. This is beautiful, Capricorn. You're headed towards a very strong direction. I see you guys transforming from this kind of little beautiful rose. You know, this is beautiful and everything like that. So you're coming from a place of beauty, and it's both growth. You have growth down here and growth up here. You have earth. So, you know, you're really gonna, I see you guys as this tree, being very grounded, old, wise, strong souls the month of October, and always. So we talked about, you know, where you're coming from, place of beauty. There's a lot of beautiful things that are gonna be, you could learn, Capricorn, from beautiful things right now. So learn from beauty, you know what I mean? But on your side, okay, this is very interesting. I'm going to have to definitely pull some clarifiers for you guys on this, because we have deceit on your side this month. Very Capricornian energy. You know, they would say this is kind of devil cardish, because this woman, you know, this is very deceit. So it's talking about, you know, certain deceitful energies around you at this time, especially. I'm not sure if this reading is kind of going like that. I'm going to interpret it many different ways, because it could say that there's someone who's deceitful, who is by you, and may have something to do with this kind of rigid wall. But it could also mean that being deceitful is actually encouraged this month for Capricorn, and I'm not sure what that would mean. I really want to call on some of the other cards here. We're going to get some clarifiers for your card, and I'm not sure here. Let's just listen to Spirit. I mean, she has a very Capricorn vibe to her. Not that you guys are deceiving, but do you see her really strong, fierce look? So there's something here with deceit. And to be deceived is to be lied to. You know, it's to kind of be left in the dark about a situation. So we're gonna know more about that. I'm led to look at these numbers. You see how there's a 38 up there? Well, 38, 3 plus 8 is 11. So this may be the deceit of certain friendships, because the 11 is more about friendships and the people around you. So there is some deception around you, Capricorn. And if I know you guys well enough, I know that you have already you've already, you know, seen that. You've already spotted that. And you already know who these deceiving people are. And they are on your side, which might mean that they're by you. Because on your side, usually in these readings, means what spirit is going to guide you. Like, you know, like you have this on your side. Like, you know, it's got your back. But it also, That could mean two different things. Like deception has got your back. Like you might want to watch your back when it comes to deceit, Capricorn. Or you might just have someone very deceitful who is very close to you. I mean, this is right here on your side. So there's someone of deception here. There's something here, and we're going to get more cards about it. But there's a very deceiving energy. So you definitely want to keep your eyes open this month in October for things that are not as what they seem, right? We have a lot of this Plutonian energy and Jupiterian energy. And then on your side, we also have cycles, which I wanted this card to come up for more people this month, but it really hasn't came up. It's just for you, Capricorn. This is a very light card, so it might have a little bit of a glare. But we see these cycles here of the moon. We see the moon full, we see the moon in crescent form, waning form. We see the moon kind of in the shadow. So there may be something here with cycles of deception. And I feel like only you, Capricorn, are going to understand what this means. Let's see here. And this is number 10. We have 7. So right here we had 11, and then we have 10. So there's something here with numerology as well. So there may be some cycles here with your career, because number 10 is you. You are the 10th house. So I see this as literally speaking to Capricorn energy, saying, you know, you're going through a cycle right now, and you really don't want to let that deceive you, because these cycles are really important. And you know, they may have a way of making you kind of rigid, but just know that it's all going to turn out in a beautiful, strong way. That's what your reading is saying, and that this is all for your individuality, and it's all for your fulfillment. So I'm seeing a lot of synchronicities here with the Cancer reading, because as I'm speaking to you, I kind of see that there's something here with your individual fulfillment as well, but it kind of reminds me of this card being in Cancer's reading as well. So there's a lot of opposite going on here with Cancer and Capricorn, because I was led to see this kind of black bird here, right? This black bird, he's kind of dark, he's kind of rigid, he's kind of on the defense, he's standing on a very stone cold wall. So this is kind of a balancing act. I really see this as spirit. You know, this deck is certain. You know, this deck is designed how it is, and there's not really a Capricorn energy. But, you know, I have an extremely imaginative way of seeing things. So I really see this as you kind of climbing a stone wall this month. Instead of a mountain, you're climbing these stone walls. You could be climbing a stone wall of other people, climbing the stone wall of financial stability or emotional security. But there's something here with this stone wall that you're kind of resting on, and it could go either way. It could be a wall that you built, it could be a wall that's built up against you, it could be a wall that's just there because of the universe, and it's making you feel kind of rigid and cold. And this is the wall that is around Capricorn that is being revealed to me right now. And we have this kind of black crow standing on this wall, but then we have another bird here on the individuality. So Capricorn, this is you as an individual, and you know, you're pretty happy. And the bird is a much more lighter pink color now, which is more loving. So we go from this kind of rigid, stone cold personality in the dark to that light and behind it shining through, so that people can see you as an actual individual, right? And this has a lot to do with softening your energies this month as well. The more fulfilled Capricorn feels, the more an individual they feel. You know, you really want to be fulfilled as an individual. You really want to take note of self-fulfillment here, right? Even if that means, you know, fulfilling yourself with certain things. Like some of you may need to just have a drink. You know what I mean? You may need to have an individual drink to make the energies a little softer, lighten up the mood. It's kind of Halloween time, things like that. So we definitely want to heed that as well. And Halloween has a lot to do with deception, because people dress up as something that they're not. And I know Capricorn, the word deceit, I'm seeing a very strong relationship between you and that word. And I'm seeing and feeling that because I know Capricorn is not easily deceived, not normally. And if someone does deceive you, you really want to find out what they are, because you guys are not easily deceived at all. And I'm seeing that this deception is only happening in a cycle, right? There's these cycles of being rigid and being kind. You know, sometimes you're nice and kind like this pink bird. Sometimes you're very cold and concerned and serious. There we go. This is a very serious energy, and that's a very Capricornian word. So there's some serious shit going on in your life, right? You might want to drink and have fun, and there's all this beauty, and you're feeling strong, but you don't want it to deceive you from how serious the core situation is. There is this brick wall here, and you really do want to focus on this wall because it's about that wall not tumbling down on you. There's a lot of really rocky stones in this picture, right? And this crow, but the crow can fly away, and there is still light behind this picture. So there's, some goodness trying to come in here and lighten you up, Capricorn. But there's still a seriousness about this. And there's also something with deception and how there's these cycles, right? Well, it's telling me that there's certain cycles that are on your side this month for October. Cycles of feeling good and feeling bad and feeling positive, feeling negative, cycles of beauty, cycles of strength. Everything goes in cycles. So sometimes we're filled with light. Sometimes we don't have any light. Sometimes we have just a little small sliver of light. So the moon is very metaphorical here for feeling fulfilled, feeling. This could also be, how the moon's in this picture. The moon, we have a moon card in the deck, and it didn't come out for you, but I'm seeing the moons in this picture as kind of symbolic for the moon. So the moon is about emotions, it's about illusions, and almost like deceit in a way. So there could be cycles of deceit, like this could actually symbolize deceit, even though it doesn't look that way at all. But I see the moon here, and the moon is about what's hidden. We all have a moon sign, we all have a shadow side. And that might be why Capricorn's a little rigid, because you guys really see the shadow sides of people, There's a reason why you guys are kind of, people think you're kind of cold emotionally, and it's because you really know the true intent of people, right? Like, you really just want to be careful of that. And I see that it's probably necessary for you to build this kind of cold stone wall up first from certain people, because it's like these stones were thrown at you and you just decided to kind of build a wall with them. But there's going to be certain beautiful people down here with this beautiful rose. People who are delicate and kind and beautiful. They're going to be able to get through that wall of yours, and you may hate it, but they're going to really be able to do that, and it may make you even stronger. These kind of sweet, kind individuals that come to you in October. So if you have a person in mind that kind of softens you and their energy kind of lightens you up, you may want to be around them and maybe drink some wine with them or do things that make you feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? If you have any close friendships that are filling friendships that are kind of an extension of who you are as an individual, you definitely don't want to be hanging around people who are going to add to the deceit this month, because it's really on your side, Capricorn. And I don't see that as it being helpful for a small portion of you, like maybe 4 of you. There may be an opportunity, and I want you to comment what your experiences are this month, because I want to know what this deceit card is here for. There may be a certain, Capricorn, help me out here. In what ways could deceit be good? And I guess we can talk about that a little bit. Deceit can be a good thing because it's coming up on your side, which is a good position, and you have a rather nasty card, or, it raises my eyebrows a little bit that this is on your side. So how can deceit be a good thing? Well, sometimes we kind of deceive people in a way, or how could lying be a good thing? How could betrayal be a good thing? And all I can think of is how sometimes really great things come out of being treated like this. I know that some really horrible things have happened to me in my life, and I just grew stronger because of it. So it's interesting that I say that, because we have this on your side, and then we have you going towards a place of strength. So these cycles, this rigidness, all this, it doesn't change the fact that there's beauty in your reading, and it doesn't change the fact that even people that treat you this way, you're a Capricorn, like you're just gonna laugh at them at the end of the day, because to play you is to play their self. You know what I mean? They better get hip. I don't know who thinks they can deceive you, Capricorn, but even if they are, they're deceiving their self. Like, you thought you were deceiving me? Well, I was deceiving you while you were deceiving me, because I could feel that you were deceiving me, which is very deceiving. And what's up with all this deception? But you know what I mean, Capricorn? Like, even the people who are sneaking and deceiving you, I feel kind of bad for them because they're really just deceiving their own self. And it's about not seeing things for what they are. So there is something here this month about really making sure you're that grounded Capricorn figure, this kind of earth up here, this earth strong tree. You really want to access that kind of energy. Remember the high priestess of earth? You want to be doing that. That's why you want to fulfill your individual self. I don't know if you're sharing finances with people, if you're kind of sharing this. Who's drinking out of your cup, Capricorn? Because it may be better for you to kind of be that Capricorn that everybody sees you as, like everything's for you, and you know, you might want to really be careful who you're sharing with this month because they could be deceiving you and it's going to take away from your individual fulfillment. So really make sure you're really drawing a stone cold line here, like this half of the fence, this half of the fence, this half is me and mine's, and this is where you can be kind of on the outside of me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, Cap, you just want to be careful about who you're giving to, and you want to be careful about figures this month that, and they're just in cycles. So there's these certain cycles that have to happen in our life, but deception can be a good thing. It really can, because it kind of teaches you a lesson in a way. I know my heart has been broken before. I've been lied to and cheated on, and it really just kind of awakened me to beauty and strength, you know, just like you're reading. It woke me up to how dark things can actually be. And I think that's where a lot of strength from Capricorn comes from, because, you know, you guys are definitely aware of the dark half of the zodiac wheel. And you guys you're aware of these cycles, right? These cycles, this can be the actual moon cycle. This could actually be cycles, emotional cycles in your life, but this is coming up on your side. So it's something that is going to teach you something this month, Capricorn. Cycles of individual fulfillment. There's cycles of strength, cycles of beauty, even cycles of deception. So we have a lot of light and dark here in your reading. And at the bottom of your deck, we have, well, complicated love. So love could be kind of complicated for you right now, Capricorn, and you really might not understand why. But I mean, this card was underneath complicated, so it was kind of attached to it. You really just have complicated. This is your card at the bottom. So let's talk about that complicated love in a minute. But as far as this underlying energy, what it means for a card to be at the bottom of your deck, it means that this energy is kind of hidden beneath. So there's some complicated rigidness going on. There's some complicated cycles, you know, as a Capricorn. It just reminds me of that mountain that you're climbing up. There's a lot of cycles that you go through, and it's probably really exhausting. So there's some complicated cycles that may come up in October. There's some complicated deceit. You know what I mean? Deceit can be very complicated, especially if you're being deceived in a complicated love situation. And we're going to get some clarifiers, Cap, and we'll see Spirit. Spirit will tell you the truth. It may be complicated this month to kind of fulfill your own individual self if there's a lot of people around you, especially deceiving people who are only there for what you can give them. So be very careful about this kind of complicated underlying energy. Strength could even be a complicated thing for you right now. You may be growing from a kind of complicated place, but you're coming from a place of beauty. So all these complicated things are really about beauty, and complicated is a really weird card. It just looks like this. It's very complicated. And we did have love underneath that. So for some of you Capricorns, you could be in a complicated kind of love situation. I see the high priestess of fire, so there could be some complications with a fire sign. You could just want to be invisible spiritually. You need to let go of a lot of things. So that's what's on the bottom of your deck. I don't want to get too far into your reading because that's just nosy. So let's go ahead and start the portion of clarifying. So I guess we're just going to clarify rigid for Capricorn. What is this rigid card doing here on the table for Capricorn's reading? What is rigid doing here? Okay, so we have the Three of Swords and the Four of Cups. Interesting, Capricorn. So off the bat, there's definitely some betrayal. This is a card of betrayal, heartbreak, three-party situations. So your heart could be breaking in three different ways for three different people. This really does talk about three-party situations, though, either being involved with a three
your heart's like broken into, three pieces, three something, and you're rigid because of this. It could just be getting too much for you, but there's some type of heartbreak going on. And then there's something here with feeling hopeless. This is kind of a depressed feeling. I just learned that about this card. Because what I see this card as is someone, you see how he's sitting by a tree? So that's interesting. He's sitting by, your earth sign. This is a cup card. So this is more of a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. But this card itself is actually a lot about focusing on what you have, but not understanding that there's a different realm also present here. You see how that kind of cup is just floating in by that little figure, that cloudy figure? Well, that cup is just going to come out of nowhere, Capricorn. So don't feel too rigid about what you have. Like, you're thinking about, okay, let's see, I made $200 today. I have my phone bill. Here's all the finances I have. I told you there's a lot this month about what you have and what other people have, right? You really want to fulfill your own individual self. So these are cups. These are your cups. No one else is in this picture. So Spirit is even going to come and give you more this month. So if that's why you're feeling rigid, just know that there's something coming from a different realm that's like, hey Capricorn, I see you sitting at this tree, really thinking with your arms crossed in a rigid way. You're really sitting in a rigid way and very defensive and in your mind about things. You're really thinking about these cups that you have, right? Well, here's another cup that I'm trying to give you. So just keep your mind open, okay? That's like what this card is saying to me right now. That you're really coming from a financial situation, or these cups could be filled with anything. They could be filled with love, they could be filled with something, but he just seems a little concerned about how he only has 3 cups, but he doesn't. This is the 4 of cups. So whatever you think you have, Capricorn, there's even more. And it's attached to this kind of heartbreaking energy. So Spirit is telling me that you're feeling rigid over, certain heartbreaks that you've had in the past. It's the have and the have-nots. There's something here with something coming out of nowhere to kind of offer you something, and you're not doing too, like in this situation, I'm not sure when this is you feeling this way. It could have been in the past. This is just what Spirit wants to talk about. But you see yourself there with your arms and legs crossed. I'm liking that you're sitting out in earth. You guys really need to, it might do you some good to sit under a tree by yourself and kind of think about the things that you have of value. Think about your own emotional fulfillment. This is emotional fulfillment, right? And it's interesting that there's 3 cups down there and he's focusing on them. And then we have these 3 swords. So there's a lot of mental pain with these 3 cups that you're focusing on this month. And it's like all of those cups are causing you pain in your emotions. And that's why you're feeling rigid. But Spirit never fails to deliver something to you when you need it. So there's going to be something that comes out of nowhere this month, Capricorn, in October. And you're going to find yourself with more than what you thought you had. And it's probably because you're going to fill your own cups. This is a lot about individual fulfillment. I'm glad I chose to keep those cards kind of, both of them, because I just wanted to. I just knew that Spirit kind of was speaking to me about that. So, okay, let's keep it slow. We still have a few more minutes. Let's talk about this beauty. What's so beautiful about Capricorn? What about, where are they coming from? What's beautiful about where they're coming from? What could they learn from about beauty? Anything you want to say about this beauty card, Spirit, for Capricorn 2017? Okay, a few cards flipped over. We have the High Priestess, self-work. We have the Libra card. So let's get some real clear energies. Okay, I had one shoot out. Did you see that? Okay, it's reversed. So that's interesting. It reversed itself, but we have the 3 of Cups in reverse. So, this is usually a celebratory energy, but to me, this is kind of a deceiving energy. The 3 of Cups upright is very celebratory. You have a lot of cup cards coming out. And I told you about these kind of people that you're sharing with, right? Here's these 3 people again. You have the 3 of Swords and you have the 3 of Cups. So there's really a third party situation going on with Capricorn this month. Whether it's you, your mind and your soul, you, Jessica and Jane, you and Anthony and Brandon, I don't know. But there's something going on here with 3 different people. And since deceit is on the table, I kind of see it as something going on here with secrets or something. This could also be you just kind of celebrating with two other people about something. But remember, this card came up reversed. So I really just see this as people's cups that you filled before not being so anymore. And do you see this little pumpkin down here in the corner for Halloween? So there might be something here on Halloween that really shows you, I don't really want to hang out or celebrate with these people anymore because they're not really celebrating with me in a beautiful way. This is very October-y with this pumpkin here. So as far as this cup that is so filled, this is your overall guidance. This is your individual cup, Capricorn. Spirit is showing me that it's your individual cup. And, Capricorn does have that really giving side of them. So you could have poured some stuff into people's cups this month, or maybe this is September-ish, but you could have been really sharing, like you got this cup and it's full, so you're like, hey, let me invite over so and so that they can, because Capricorn, you can be that way a little bit, right? When you get something nice and shiny, or when you get something new, what's the fun in having it if you don't have it to kind of show other people? Okay, I love you guys. I know your guys' energy. I have a Capricorn rising, so I can be that way in spirit a little bit. But when it comes to this actual individual cup, and it's funny that this is the number 2. You see how it says 20? I'm not sure if you can see that. But that has a feeling about 2. Like the 2 of cups a little bit. But this is your individual cup. So there's something about people deceiving you out of your own individual fulfillment. Why don't they want you to grow, Capricorn? Are they afraid? Why don't they want you to be this figure here? Why are they trying to keep you as one little bitty rose when you could be a whole motherfucking oak tree? Like, you are so strong, right? And you really want to harness your own strength this month with your emotional fulfillment, or with your individual fulfillment. It don't got to be emotional. It's just individual fulfillment, whatever that might mean. And it might cause you to drop a few people that you didn't really think you would. These people could have been deceiving you. That, you know how some people turn up with you? They clink your glass. Like, they literally turn up with you, like these people. These people are cheersing. They're toasting. And they're cheers, happy, hey, this is a celebration. This is like kind of a social energy going out. But this is upside down for you. And I don't usually do reversals, but you seen that card fly, and I picked it up and it was reversed. So for you in this reading, it's really about dropping some deceitful people that's been turning up with you, but they ain't really turning up with you. They turning down with you. And you ain't got time to turn down. Turn down for what? You know what I mean? Like, and not even in the way of turn down for what, like, why stop partying? No, you're going to actually turn down, and you're going to answer people. Like, they're going to be like, turn down for what? And you're going to be like, because A, B, and C, and D, E, and F, and G. Like, you're going to know why. That's kind of a question in the hip-hop industry. Turn down for what? And no one's really answered the question, but maybe Capricorn will this month. Because there's some people here that you're just not going to be inviting to certain parties anymore. Because you have a really full cup. You've worked hard for this. You've felt rigid for a really long time. There's been deceit. There's been cycles that you've kind of beat and won. And you really want to maybe find new friends or new people that are more of a reflection of you. Because I'm seeing that there's some kind of deceit here. And this is validating beauty, remember? So it's going to be beautiful for you to kind of fill your own cup and not share with this certain third-party situation anymore. So, all right, I'm really wanting to get some information about this deceit card. Okay, so that's interesting. Right away, we have the 5 of Swords. This is very deceitful, Capricorn. So these cards are really coming up for you. We have this deceit energy, and we have this validating this deceit energy. You see this guy? How he's taking and taking and taking from these people. He's got 3 swords already, and it's interesting. He's got 3 swords already, but he done took these 2 people's swords too, and he made them defenseless, and he made them armedless. Like, they don't have a weapon anymore. Why does he need that many swords? Why is he that rigid, right? I don't really see you as being this rigid person, Capricorn. Some of you may be. And you know what? This rigid situation in the middle, it might not have anything to do with you. You might not be the ones being rigid. In the Cancer reading, I felt that they were being emotionally rigid and that they were in a very sensitive position this month. I know Cancers pretty well. Capricorn, I have a Capricorn rising. I ain't been feeling really that rigid or anything like that. Like, I've been protecting myself from motherfuckers like this, but that's a different story. I feel like you're around deceitful and rigid people, which is why deceit came up right next to rigid. And that's why cycles is on the other side, because you've been through a certain cycle with someone. So whoever you're thinking about that takes from you, it could be your money. I'm seeing a lot here with taking your money, taking, this is an air energy though, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. So any sword card is really talking about, you know, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, but it doesn't have to be one of those individuals if you don't kind of relate to that. It's more so anyone in your life. Anyone in your life, because air is mental. So it doesn't have to be a Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. It could be any motherfucking sign taken from you in a mental way. You see how this kind of, there's clouds in the back? I hope you guys can see this card. But there are all kinds of clouds in the background. And this motherfucker, he is so mean. Like, he just got this grin on his face. Like, it's actually really interesting because she's got the same look on her face. See that? And I'm going to put them this way so that they're looking the same way. See how he's looking? Like, and she's looking like, they're both looking at each other, basically. So there's something here with deceit. And it's talking about it being very close to home this month, Capricorn. And he's got this look in his face because, aha, y'all ain't got nothing. Don't let people make you feel this way. And I really wouldn't be making people feel this way either with Saturn coming back into Capricorn soon. Because Saturn restricts. I mean, you're very comfortable with Saturn. Saturn's your ruling planet. But Saturn is all about karma. All right? So people who have been doing you like this, oh, wait on it, babe. Wait on it, babe. Because when December comes around in Sagittarius season, when Saturn goes back into Capricorn, anybody who deceive you, it's actually, it's good that deception's on your side. I'm glad. Not because you're dealing with it, but because I know they're going to get their karma tenfold. So you know what? It is a cycle. This is all a cycle. Because what does cycle mean? It means it's all going to come back around. What goes around comes around. So this is a very karmic reading about what goes around comes around. These cups, a lot of these cups in this card might be turned upside down, like these people here, this three-party situation turned upside down, because they might be getting their karma from deceiving you. And if they haven't yet, they will. Especially energies that are taken from you in a mental way. It's pretty hard to take from a Capricorn in a physical way because you guys are very territorial. You're very protecting about your surroundings. But these are swords here, so it's more of a mental energy, right? And they're left alone with their emotions back there. They're left alone with all that water. So there's something here with emotional vulnerability, which leads me back to that kind of rigid wall that you have up, Capricorn. Don't let anybody tell you that you're like an asshole that just kind of is mean to people for no reason. Because look at what the spirit is showing you to be careful about. This is validating deceit. There are people around you who are really just wanting to take from you. They have plenty. They already have their own swords. He had 2 of them. But he had 3 of them, excuse me. And then he done took 2 more. And he don't even want them. They're on the ground. It's like the bully on the playground that's like, give me your lunch money. And you're like, dude, you just ate like a whole course meal. And they're like, well, give me your money. And they're not even taking so that they, you know, it's different. There's different levels of taking things. Some people take because they don't have. But whoever designed this tarot deck was really talking about somebody in this card that has plenty already. Look at this blonde motherfucker. He has plenty already, and he's just taking more just so that you don't have it. Just so that you can't individually fulfill yourself. There's some spirits, there's some energies. You might think you're dealing with people, but you're really dealing with people. You're dealing with energies inside those people. Possession is real, guys, but it's not like the movies. It's more energetic. So you have a very keen intuition sometimes, Capricorn. You really want to turn on that this month. And you really want to watch out for people who are taking from you just because you're in a better position. You know, you're going to have a lot of people want to come and turn up with you this month, but it's only so that you could be left out like this. You really want to be careful of this kind of cloudy energy, because that is a clouded vision. It's not being able to see. This is deceit. This is what deceit looks like. Someone who is taking from you just to cloud up your sky. And they're taking from you because you're coming from such a place of beauty, and they want to be your friend now that you're strong and now that you have this full cup. Hey, Capricorn, how you doing? What you doing? You know, oh, look at your cup. Yeah, look at my cup that I worked very fucking hard for. So look out. And it's interesting where I was going with that kind of 3 of Swords thing. Because it's like these 3 swords are the ones that are in this guy's hand. So there's someone who's actually controlling your heartbreak. They might be kind of holding that over your head. I'm not sure, Capricorn. I'm not sure. But that's the deceit. That's what you want to watch out for with deceit. And we have the Ten of Wands here, which is kind of a fire energy. But this is it's the deception right now with work also. Because all these cards came out for deceit, right? So there's a deception here with overburden. This is someone who's this is such a Capricorn energy, even though it's wands, you can still see the earth in it. You see how he is just carrying so much? He's carrying 10 wands. This is also a completion. So there could be a completion of deceit that takes place, or a completion of those kind of energies, which is very good to see. But I see that you're being deceived because of how much you're working. So you really want to be careful about how much you're working in the month of October. Also, when I see this card, I see someone who's doing the work of like 3 different people. Isn't it interesting how these threes are coming up? You have this 3 of cups reversed, and then you have this 3 of swords. So there's something with heartbreak with these 3 people. And there's also something here with doing the work of 3 people. So all those people, because that's just something I say. I say this man is doing the work of 3 people when he should be only carrying about 3 of those wands. Well, he's carrying them all because he can, because he's strong, because he's an ox, he's a good worker. Capricorn is very ambitious. So this is you really trying to, work a lot. Probably so that you're not so rigid. Probably because you want to get through these cycles. You want to individually fulfill yourself, right? This is someone who's individually fulfilling himself. So there's kind of a few messages here. Be careful not to overwork yourself, and do not do other people's work. Don't let anybody talk you in to doing their work. I heard a quote one time. It said, we got in the world, we have the talkers, people who talk the talk, people who walk the walk. But then you got people who talk other people into walking for them. So you really want to be careful about that, because I see deceit, and this is validating deceit. Any other time, Capricorn, I would say good job. You're being a Capricorn. You're working really hard. But this card didn't come up for shits and giggles. This card came up to validate deceit. So what I'm seeing is this man is being deceived to work harder than what he has to. And you don't have time for that. You're coming from a place of strength, but you don't want the wrong people to deceive you out of that strength, because maybe you're not supposed to use your strength with all these wands. Maybe you're supposed to apply your strength somewhere else. But it's okay, Cap. Because remember how I told you karma always comes around? The sun is going to shine on this deceit. The sun is going to come and shine on these situations with clouds. Because I'm seeing here in this 3 of swords, there's rain, there's clouds. In this card, there's rain, there's lies, there's clouded vision. You know what I'm saying? And I told you that was kind of like the moon. Well, the sun is going to come here, and there's going to be victory, there's going to be vitality, there's going to be sunshine, there's going to be love and light and happiness. This is fulfillment. So no matter what, dude, you guys are going to be fine. This is how you guys are going to be looking at the end of the day. On this horse, naked, which means you're comfortable and vulnerable. Like, you don't care. You're not really susceptible to, like, come on now, this is validating deceit. And for you to be deceived and still ride around naked on this horse, you're like, I don't even need armor. I don't even need protection. The sun's going to protect me. So this is victory. This is the sun shining for Capricorn, and it's shining on those people to shed light on those who have been deceitful to you. Told you karma was going to come. You don't want to mess with someone who's ruled by Saturn, okay? You really don't. So let's see. I'm feeling like this reading is kind of coming full circle here. Speaking of full circle, though, let's just go ahead and get a card for cycles. What is cycles doing here on the table for Capricorn? Why is cycles on their side? Is there anything you want to say about that, Spirit? About these cycles? About things coming full circle? Anything about that? Oh, we have the Queen of Cups. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the 5 of Cups, which is talking really about, the have and have-nots. This is someone who's focusing a lot, which is, it's very simple. Similar. I see why Capricorn is kind of rigid, because there's a lot here with the have and the have-nots. Like, man, you know how he's focusing on these 3 cups here? I'm telling you, there is something with the number 3 here in emotions with Capricorn. So there's like these 3 cups knocked over, and he's not paying attention to these 2 cups behind him. So the Spirit is really telling you, Capricorn, you have a lot more than what you think. You see how he's focusing on 3 cups, and he's focusing on 3 cups down here? Tell me you see that, guys. And then there's these cups that are not, it's like you're being deceived to not see what you all have, but here is spirit trying to show you what you have, and here's spirit trying to show you what you have behind you. If you're not careful, Capricorn, if you spend too much time in this kind of negative, depressing energy, thinking about the emotions of your spilled cups, then you're not going to see what you have left to offer. So there's a huge, huge, huge thing here about filling your own cup. No wonder you have to have your own individual fulfillment this month, because no one else is going to fill your cup right now, Capricorn. They're going to actually take your cup and drink your shit, you know? So it's about you really focusing on your individual fulfillment. And then we have cycles of the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is someone who has a beautiful cup of her own. You see her beautiful cup? And it's hers. She doesn't let anyone borrow that, not even the King of Cups. This is her cup. She's always holding it. And she's holding it firmly. There are kind of these like angel figures, kind of Capricornian dark angels on her cup. These are her emotions in her cup. This is her emotion, her emotional fulfillment, her emotional vulnerability. And she's still on her throne. You guys are the god and the goddesses, the kings and the queens. So there's going to be these cycles of emotions that you go through. And you could be coming out of a period of really, you know, kind of emotional depression or emotional negativity. And that's why spirit is like, hey Capricorn, here's the sun. Hey Capricorn, here's this extra cup that you're not seeing. Hey Capricorn, hey Capricorn. So you're going to be finding emotion this month in October. Scorpio season is right around the corner. Scorpio is a lot about dark emotions, hidden secrets, things like that. So you're going to find yourself coming out on top. And there's these cycles. This is validating cycles. So there are cycles of emotion. No wonder you are kind of mixing in with the Cancer reading, because Cancer is your opposite sign of emotion. And you also want to see that this lady, I mean, she has angels on her stone, right? You're very close with the angels too, Capricorn. And she's not in the water, right? Does that make you more happier? She's grounded on a little piece of earth that she's designed for herself. So she holds her emotions, she looks at her emotions, she pays attention to them, she's emotionally aware, but she doesn't submerge herself in the emotion. Do you remember me talking about that at the beginning of this reading? How I was saying, you know, I can't remember what I was saying, but I said in the beginning of your video, and everything always winds up coming full circle. And it was talking about kind of emotions and how Capricorn isn't going to allow those emotions to keep them stuck, right? So you're kind of filling your own emotional cup here. And I had the King of Pentacles at the bottom of my deck. So your guys' energy is definitely coming and showing out. You're going to be very more grounded. So let's get a card on strength. Oh, wow. We have the Justice card. So this is, I told you there was a lot of archangels here this month. This is Libra. Libra's card. And Libra, you see this balance, how the balance scale of justice. So this is very much justice in any department, justice in any way. But this is coming from a strong place of justice, because this is validating strength. So you're going to be able to cut certain things off this month, Capricorn. All of this shit, all of that deceit, pretty much everything besides the Sun card, I would cut out of my life. And there could be a strong Libra in your life. You could be headed towards a place of Libra energy. I told you that Libra is a cardinal sign. So Libra season made you stronger, I'm seeing. Libra season made you more mentally strong, which is why, you know, it's time to kind of fill your emotional cup now, Capricorn, because you've been in a place of, I mean, the last water season we had was Cancer, because then it went to Leo season, fire, Virgo season, earth, Libra season, air, and now we're having Scorpio. So, you know, you earth signs could have really been going with the motion and kind of being more intellectual and not so much thinking about your emotions. But, you know, Scorpio season is coming soon. But this is you moving towards a place of justice, you know, even if it is about air and intellect and things like that. I see you guys really justifying in a strong way. So justice is going to come in strong for you. And justice is karma. So just wait on it. Everything is going to kind of balance out. So let's get one more card here for individual fulfillment. Is there anything you want to say about that, Spirit? Individual fulfillment for Capricorn, the month of October. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man that stayed in my hand. So you definitely want to come from a place of waiting for that individual fulfillment. The Hanged Man is someone who has hung himself. He's not hurt, he's not dead, he's happy, and he's gaining enlightenment. So maybe that's what it has to do with kind of the cycles and the beauty of it all, because this is a waiting energy. He's very calm and patient. And this is also, I believe, a Neptune retrograde card. So Neptune is retrograde still. And you're just gaining a lot of spiritual enlightenment because of that. And you're just kind of hanging around, hanging around on this tree like a Capricorn. A lot of hanging around by trees this month, just kind of waiting. But instead of waiting in a kind of rigid way like that, now you're just kind of balancing yourself. Just like that Libra card. You're kind of just balancing yourself. Wherever you're waiting at, you're kind of waiting for things to get better, because you know that this fulfillment is coming to you as an individual. And you're just going to wait on that, Cap. You're just going to wait on that. Or it may be symbolizing, you see the earth. See the earth in the card as well up there. So it's going to grow as you wait. And the High Priestess also came out. So there's a lot here with really seeing the light in the dark and understanding the universe and being very patient. This is a very calm energy. So, she's very self-fulfilled. She fulfills herself. She's very psychic, very intuitive, and just, I love this card for you. So there's the High Priestess of fulfillment and individuality. And then, of course, we have the Page of Pentacles, which is a very Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus card. This is a new beginning with finances, a new beginning with some type of value, something like that. I hope you can see. So I'm seeing that you're going to kind of get your finances in order, or something is going to be delivered to you this month of real value. And as an earth sign, you really appreciate something real, and you're going to be proud of it. You're going to kind of be thinking about it, and this could be your own kind of fulfillment going on here. But I'm seeing good things, Cap. I'm seeing some new things with emotion. I'm seeing a lot of justice and strength. I'm seeing beauty. I'm seeing you cutting off the right people. I'm seeing you evolve in a really, really strong way. And at the bottom of the deck, we have Virgo. So that's very interesting, Capricorn. I see you, you're kind of lightening up, and there's just angels, kind of at the bottom of your deck here to support you. We have Virgo, we have Libra. So we really have the archangels as a part of your deck as well. So just know that the angel clan, the angel clique is really coming in for you strong. There's definitely a new journey about to start for you, Capricorn. And in order for a new journey to start, we have these kind of energies in October that Spirit is showing us, okay? So this is your guys' reading. That was very interesting. I definitely need to apply it to myself as well too. So I'll watch this video back, and because I kind of focus while I'm doing it, and I really let Spirit kind of use my vessel to speak and do things. But I'm gonna watch it over and apply it to my Capricorn rising. All right. I hope it was relatable. It was kind of relatable to me, it kind of was. So I'll definitely heed Spirit's messages. And I hope it was relatable to you guys as well. And I hope it was helpful. As always, you can always message me. Add me on Facebook, Braylon Caldwell. Add me on Instagram, Pisces Priestess. And I'd be happy to answer any of your guys' questions, or even pull a few extra cards for you to kind of clarify what the reading meant. Other than that, guys, it's an interesting time for transformation. We're all going to transform in different ways. But for the most part, it's just really awakening right now. And it's kind of just flowing the best that we can with these new energies. I hope you guys have a great October. I love this month. It's my favorite month of the year. And I hope you have a happy Halloween. I can't wait for Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. I'll probably do something. So yeah, just be careful of those kind of deceitful energies around this time too, where people are wearing masks in more than one way around Halloween. It's Scorpio season. A lot of hidden things come up. But I have all the confidence, Capricorn. You guys are very Saturnian. You guys deliver karma all the time to people. You're ruled by the planet of karma, the Lord of karma. So I really wouldn't mess with a Capricorn. You know what I mean? And you might want to send this video to certain people if they are. But alright, Cap, this was your reading. I'll talk to you guys again in November.